Our next guest announced he is challenging Senator Dean Heller in Nevada's Republican primary next year. Danny Tarkanian joins us now. Is this all about Dean Heller's vote not to reform and repeal Obamacare, keep Obamacare in place? That's why you're challenging?
No, that's not it. That's part of it, but it's not it at all. I think we have an incredible opportunity here in America because we have a president who has the courage and the vision to make great changes for our country. We have a Republican-controlled Congress and Senate, yet we're not getting his agenda passed. And we're not getting it passed because we have senators that are already in office that have never supported the president and don't support his America First agenda. So Dean Heller was one of the first people in Nevada to be a never-Trumper, and he's obstructing the president's agenda now that he's been elected.
When Dean Heller first surfaced as one of those people who would not vote to repeal immediately Obamacare, the world came down on him, and he was threatened with being primaried. That's what you are doing. Is it going to happen to other senators who don't go along with Obamacare repeal?
I think you're really missing the point on it. If you're only going to focus on the Obamacare repeal, that could be an issue that isn't relevant or that important to the voters in June. Dean Heller has broken his promise to the people of Nevada on numerous occasions. He campaigned on being strict against illegal immigration, and then he was one of the senators that led the charge to give citizenship to illegal immigrants. He said he wanted to fund Planned Parenthood, and then he got caught on tape recently saying he was going to protect the funding of Planned Parenthood. And now you have his promise to repeal Obamacare and his vote against it when President Trump would sign it. It's a history of this, and this is what has made people sick and tired of politicians. They're sick and tired of politicians who say one thing when they campaign and then do the exact opposite when they're elected.
Has there been any objective poll released thus far to show whether or not Dean Heller is popular and you are popular? Is there any such poll at this point in time?
There's been numerous polls that have shown Dean Heller upside down with his approval rating with just Republican primary voters. There was one that was done and released on Monday that had him 8 points below, more disapproval than approval, and had me in the head-to-head matchup with Dean Heller, and I was down 4 points within the margin of error. And we haven't even got started, and he's a 30-year establishment politician.
Okay, what do you make of Mitch McConnell? The president has called him, berated him, because McConnell criticized the president on Obamacare, and today we've got a presidential tweet directed right at Mitch McConnell. Whose side are you on this one?
Well, look, President Trump says we should repeal Obamacare, and Mitch McConnell says, well, he has too high expectations. Why would that be too high expectations when just 2 years ago most of the same GOP senators voted to repeal it? Why would anybody think it's too high expectations to actually get them to vote on it now that you have a president that will sign it? Of course I support the president's position. Okay,
Danny Tarkanian, I know your name from the basketball world, don't I?
Yes, you do. You also know my name because my wife's been a political commentator for you on your show many times.
That is true. I thought you'd get there. Danny Tarkanian,
she's better than I am on TV.
Thanks for joining us this morning. I know you got up real early for this out there in Nevada. We appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you for having me on.
Sure thing.